Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and it's 30th May 2026. It's 8 a.m. where I am, so it's basically 6 a.m. in the UK time. Basically, we're about 11 hours away from the Champions League final between PSG and Arsenal, and I'm here to make my prediction and preview the final. I'm I cannot describe in words what I'm feeling right now. I mean, I'm so excited. I'm so nervous. This is going to be the second time a Champions League final that I am going to watch. The last time we watched, of course, we ended up losing. This could be the first time that Arsenal become the champions of Europe. We have not done that in recent memory. PSG are the current champions. They eliminated us last year as well. So much to go on. In this final, I think it will be a if I'm being very honest with you, I don't think it's gonna be a one-sided game. I know a lot of the fans, are predicting, a lot of the rival fans are predicting that PSG are gonna steamroll Arsenal. I just don't see that happening. If I'm being very honest with you, and I'm not even being a bias here. I think it's going to be a very tight game. I don't think you are gonna get that, a free-flowing football that you had between Bayern Munich and PSG, and I don't think you are gonna get that much of a cagey affair that you got between Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. We had two different type of semifinals, and now you're going to get the a mixture of that. I think you're going to have a phases in that game. Where you're going to see that openness, when it's going to be really open, but at the same time you're going to see at those phases of the game where it's going to be really tight, where it's going to be sort of a dull and boring. I think it's going to be quite an it's going to be a chess match between Enrique and Arteta, and it's going to be very interesting who comes out on top, and how Arsenal set up and how PSG set up. I think PSG have had a lot of time to prepare for this. They won the league about 3 weeks ago, and they have been able to rest most of their players. This is there's a two ways to look at it. Either the first way is that they have had a lot of rest, so there are going to be a lot of fresh and whatnot. But the other way is that they've had a lot of rest. They have not played football, so that might affect them in a way. Arsenal, on the other hand, they were playing football last up until last weekend. They barely won the league like about 10 days ago. So, and they have been playing football. They have not rested that many players. So again, this can again go in two ways. That one, that they are going to be so much tired, and PSG players are going to be fresh, and that they can take advantage of that. Or it can go other on the other way, that Arsenal players are going to be really hungry, and they've been playing football more recently, so they are going to be up to speed, if you want to say that, and that can really help them in the game. So as I said, both of these things can go either way. So it will be interesting to see which way it goes when the game comes in. There are no major injuries for either of the teams. All of the big players. There were rumors that Dembele might be out. He's come back in. Barcola is going to play. Hakimi is back in the squad as well. So all the major players for both the sides are going to be in there. For Arsenal, Timber is going to be in the squad as well. Marino is going to be there as well. Havertz is going to be there as well. So as I said, most of the big players that you thought were going to be out of the starting lineup or out of the squad are going to be in the squad. So it's not like that. The teams are not going to be in their full strength. You are going to have the players, and I think that is going to make a very interesting final for me. If I'm being very honest with you, as I said, I think it's going to be phases of the game. There are going to be big moments. I don't think you're going to have that many chances in this game, and I think it's going to be important and crucial when you get those moments, when you have those chances, when you are able to create those chances. Are you able to take them? I think that's going to be the main aspect, or that's going to be the main more important main factor in this game, that which team is able to capitalize on the moments and on the chances that create. Let's be very honest with you. You have the highest scoring team versus the team who has conceded the least number of goals. PSG have scored, if I'm not wrong, about 34 goals in the Champions League. I think they have scored more, if I'm not wrong, but they are in those 30s range. And Arsenal have conceded just 6 goals. So the game is between PSG's attack and Arsenal's defense. So it's going to be interesting who steps up. I think the game, everybody's going to look at it that it's Arsenal's attack versus Arsenal's defense versus PSG's attack. But I think the more important battle is going to be between Arsenal's attack and PSG's defense, because one of them is going to really have to support the other side, and whichever or one of them supports the other side better, I think that side wins it. And I personally think, I think that first goal is going to be so crucial in that game, because if Arsenal score that first goal, they are already going to be quite rigid at the back. They're going to be really good defensively when it's going to be nil-nil. If they end up scoring that first goal, I think they are going to be ultra defensive. It's going to be really hard for PSG to break them down even more. I think and at 1-0, if I'm being very honest with you, as an Arsenal fan, I would not want them to go and sit back. That's what Arteta usually does. I think if Arsenal go 1-0 up, I think they are going to sit back and they're going to defend, which I don't really like. But I think that's what Arteta is going to do, and PSG would have to really break them down. And I think that is going to help Arsenal in a way that allows them to hit them on the counter attack, because PSG are going to press Arsenal like crazy throughout the game. That's what they are going to do, and Arsenal have to take be sure of that. They are going to have to be prepared for that, and especially if they end up scoring first, and I think PSG are going to run like literal rabbit dogs in that game. And I think that's where Arsenal's counter attack might help them if they take the lead first, because then PSG are going to throw everything at them, and one good move and they score that second goal, and the game is done and dusted. But on the same time, if PSG end up scoring that first goal, I think it's going to be really hard for Arsenal, because it's not like that. I don't think Arsenal can score the goals, because if PSG end up scoring the goal, then you are the chasing side. Then Arsenal have gonna throw bring their players out. They have to have a go at PSG, like have a real go at PSG, and that's gonna really even though we have a great defense, and I personally think we have the best defense and the best goalkeeper in the world at the moment, but that is going to leave up spaces behind. You are going to have players like Due, you are going to have players like Kavastakalia, you are going to have players like Dembele. You're going to make those runs, they are going to make those counter attacking runs, and I think that could be really fatal, and that could turn out to be a big blow for us. I think there are if I'm being very honest with you, I think there could turn out to be two results, and I'm pretty sure with these two. I think and I'm going for those results based on who scores the first goal. If I'm being very honest with you, if Arsenal end up scoring that first goal, and this is my prediction for the game, I think it's going to be a 1-0 win for Arsenal. I don't think we score that second goal. I don't think they are going to be able to break us down if we end up scoring that first goal. And I think that's going to be the famous 1-0 to the Arsenal. And I would not be surprised, and I think it will be poetic, if I'm being very honest with you, with everybody, with the hate watch that is going to be going on from all the Premier League clubs towards Arsenal, that we scored that goal from corner. I would absolutely love it. I mean, Rice delivers it from that corner kick, and Gabriel heads it in, and it becomes 1-0, and we end up winning. I think that would be poetic justice to Arsenal season. I think that could happen, and I would want that happen. That's my one prediction, if I'm being very honest with you. And the other prediction, I think it is going to end up being, it could be 2-1 with PSG scoring that first goal, and then you try to go and grab the equalizer, but they score the second goal on the counter attack, and in the end we score a consolation goal, and it becomes a 2-1. I think those are the two results that that's where my thinking is going, if I'm being very honest with you. But as an Arsenal fan, I have got to back my boys, and I think we are going to surprise everybody, and we are going to disappoint everybody, and there's going to be tears for all the rival fans who are going to watch the game. You can say I'm biased and whatnot, and that's why I gave my second prediction as well. It could easily be 2-1 for PSG, and I think that could be the result as well. But as I say, I'm going to back my boys, and I think we are going to win this, and I'm going for a 1-0 win for Arsenal. As I said, I think it's going to come from a corner as well. Gabriel Magnellis to score the winner for Arsenal in the 33rd minute. I'm giving you the time as well, and Arsenal becomes the champions of Europe. So yeah, that is it for me. This is my preview and my prediction for the Champions League final. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think can Arsenal finally do it? Can they finally become the champions of Europe, or do you think PSG are going to create history and they are going to win the Champions League back to back? Let me in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification button, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers as quickly as possible, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.